Hello, welcome or welcome back to another video. My name is Melanie, and this is the second episode in this series where we are looking at dating. In the last episode, we looked at the preparatory phase that every young Christian single should go through. And I said that even if you are not single or you're already in a relationship, it is good for you to know these things about yourself. And I would encourage you to go back and watch that video if you missed it. Today is very special. Today, I want us to look at the exploratory phase of dating. So, what happens in the exploratory phase? A lot of us did this the wrong way, or a lot of us went about it the wrong way. However, that is why we learn so that we can make better choices moving forward. And I'm going to start this series by saying that I'm going to start this episode by saying that the exploratory phase is one of the most important phases. All three phases are important, but this phase is very important because it actually goes to answer the question, could this be the right fit? Now you are getting into a relationship to understand if this person is going to be the right partner for you, if the person is going to be aligned with your values, the values that you already know, you already have the boundaries and all that, if the person is going to be aligned and if you would actually be compatible in your relationship. And one important thing to note going into this phase is that as Christians, as young people, we sometimes go into this phase with the wrong motive, with the wrong intention. We get into this phase already with our emotions blindsiding us, and so we lack the opportunity to get that clarity that we are going to have. Yes, so I'm going to say that if you are a young Christian who desires to make the right choice, it is important that you don't get carried away. Emphasis on carried away because mostly women are very emotional. We are emotional beings, and sometimes we forget the reason or the motive or the intent behind what we are doing. So, in this phase, knowing who you are, knowing your boundaries, and knowing the purpose for marriage, you already go with the questions that you have. This phase is a phase where you ask the right questions to get the right answers, to get the right clarity, and to make the right decision of a spouse for you. Again, you are not going there to assume the role of a spouse, of a husband or a wife. You are not going there to get intimate or for companionship. You are going there to ask that question, could this be the right fit? Is this somebody that I'm going to want to get into a long term kingdom relationship, covenant relationship, as important and as delicate as marriage? And so that's what we are going to be talking about today. What are the questions to ask during courtship, during the exploratory phase? What are we supposed to look out for as Christians who are going with an intentional mindset to make the right choices? What are the red flags? What are the green flags? What should I pay attention to in this phase? So let's hop into the video. The first thing I'm going to say is, because we are Christians, the first and most important questions you should ask should pertain to spirituality. So you have to ask questions like, what is your relationship with God, right? Like, apart from just being a regular Christian, how does God fit into your day-to-day activity? How does God help you to make decisions pertaining to life, pertaining to your career? What help me walk me through how your relationship with God is. Because unfortunately, many of us think that a church going Christian is, is okay, is right for you to marry. But we have seen many times that being going to church does not equate as being adequately prepared for marriage. So ask the questions to get the clarity if this is somebody that will hold your hand and grow with you spiritually once you move towards or once you move into the next phase of this, which is marriage. Okay, after you have asked those questions pertaining to spirituality, and again, you are not asking these questions like it's an interrogation, right? It's just when you guys hang out. When you're hanging out, you don't hang out to party, you don't hang out to just for the fun of it. You hang out because you want to know each other, you want to understand your values, you want to understand a lot of things concerning your life, and a lot of things that borders around the importance, your importance around the things that you hold as priority, right? So you are going there to know. This is both the boy and the girl. You are going there to know more about this person and how their life can fit into yours. So after asking those spiritual questions, you are not just asking and writing down, right? So you are asking and you are taking notes, you are being intentional in discerning if their words actually match with their action, if they're actually saying what they mean. So if somebody is saying that, oh, I pray this amount of time a day, oh, I am kind, oh, I am consistent, once they have said that, you as the other person, you have the opportunity or you have the task to know if they are actually doing what they are saying, if the words are matching with their actions. The second thing that you should ask pertaining to this is, what is your value? What is your idea concerning marriage? Because unfortunately, a lot of us don't know that marriage is covenant business. We think marriage is a contract. So you have to ask the other person, what is your understanding of marriage? When you talk about marriage, why do people get married? Try to find out from them if they share the same insight with you, if they share the same vision and the same purpose for marriage as you. That way, you'll be able to ascertain if these are people that can work with you, if this is somebody that you can confidently live with, and if you can confidently ride in their boat of marriage, right? Another thing that we are going to talk about is handling conflicts. Handling conflicts. This comes under your emotions. So you ask them, for example, once for example, if there is a misunderstanding, how do you handle conflicts? Because some of us can be very rash, some of us can be very violent, some other people can shut out or shut down. It is important to understand if this person's maturity level, how do they handle conflict, how do they handle stress, how do they handle rejection and a lot of things. Unfortunately, some people, if they get rejected or if they are having conflicts, they shut down and they are not able to function. So it's good to understand this person's maturity level, not just spiritually, but emotionally as well. Okay, moving past that, you ask the person, how about your career? What do you have in mind for your career? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? You ask them things pertaining to their vision for their life, and they should be willing to give you an answer that showcases them or that makes them stand out as people that have vision, somebody with direction, somebody who is focused, not just in their career but also spiritually. Where do you see yourself? What is your purpose, for life? What has God called you to do? Even if you don't know yet, at least you should have an idea, right? Yeah, so it's very important to know these things. Another thing you should ask them is probably their source of income, because if a man is going to marry you, considering that you are a woman, we should understand that he, for example, probably already has something doing. So what do you do for work? Those kind of things. How would you be able to support the family and to be the man of the house? All these things matter. So it's important that the person is doing something that is legit, the person is doing something that is honorable. These are very, very important questions. You also go to ask them about their family. What is their family dynamics like? Ask them if there are any things in their family that would raise an eyebrow. Because, for example, some of us have issues with our parents for example, are probably separated, or they are divorced, or maybe there is abuse in the home, it is important that you know the kind of person that you are going to say yes to, because already you understand where they are coming from, you understand their background, you understand if they have healed from certain things that probably had hurt them, and you know if they can move forward. Because unfortunately, if you move into a relationship with a lot of these gaps and a lot of things that you have not yet healed, unfortunately is going to amplify in your relationship. So you should ask this person that question about their family background, their family history. Are their parents Christians? Some of us, our parents worship things other than God, right? So it's important that you get clarity on this thing, because you don't want to get into a situation where you'll be taking on another generational curse. And even if you're taking on it, then you should be aware to know that, okay, there is this battle that you're going to be fighting if you end up getting married to this person. So these are very, very important questions that I would say that if you are a Christian single and you are going to be dating somebody, you don't just go there to have ice cream and to eat shawarma. That's okay. But behind those things, there are important reasons why you date someone. There are important reasons why you don't just jump into bed with someone without knowing them. And these are the reasons why they're going to help you either move forward from dating to marriage, or to cut it short, to know that this person is not compatible for me, this person is not compatible based on my the boundaries I've set in place, based on my values. We might have, the person might not be consistent with what they say, the person might be dishonest, and these are red flags that you should take note of. Maybe the person is not consistent with what they say, they might be saying A and doing B. Maybe they are not spiritually mature. In that case, you might actually move away from it, or you know what you are stepping into. Maybe the person does not have something doing. Both man and woman, the Bible says that you are the ezer kenegdo, and the ezer means helper, right? So you are going to help this man, and as a helper you should have something doing as well. So even both men and women, we are called to develop ourselves, even apart from the place of spiritually and emotionally. Develop yourself, have something doing, have a source of income, be doing a business. Just get busy while you're waiting to get married. Right. So these are some of the things we should look out for. These are some of the questions we should ask during the exploratory phase of, could this be the right fit? And once you have asked these questions, you are also asking yourself, based on the answers you get, as a woman, will I be able to submit to this man? Is a man going to be a leader? Does he represent as a leader that I can submit under? Even as a woman, I might need these things from this man, but what do I bring to the table? What do I bring to the table? So it's important that we do all these things. I hope this video was able to bless you. Let me know in the comment section what other questions you are going to ask. And please consider to like, subscribe, and share this video. And I'll see you in our next episode. God bless you.